Good evening. This is Anjali Swami giving you the headlines today. In breaking news, Luigi Mangione, the suspect in the shocking murder of UnitedHealthcare CEO Brian Thompson, has been apprehended with damning evidence pointing to his motive and methods. In New York, Attorney General Letitia James stands firm against dropping a civil fraud case against President elect Donald Trump. Meanwhile, the Biden administration scrambles to finalize a ceasefire and hostage deal in Gaza as the clock ticks toward the Trump inauguration. Southern California battles a rapidly spreading wildfire, prompting evacuations, while President elect Trump names Harmeet K. Dhillon to a prominent DOJ position. In Indian news, Andhra Pradesh sees heightened tensions following death threats to a political leader, while the opposition moves to impeach Vice President Jagdeep Dhankhar. India edges closer to a $1 billion defense deal with Russia to counter China, and Air India adds another 100 aircraft to its record breaking fleet order. Internationally, Poland's Prime Minister hints at winter negotiations to end the war in Ukraine as the nation gears up for its EU presidency, aiming to shape peace efforts amidst shifting alliances. Luigi Mangione, 26, has been arrested for the murder of UnitedHealthcare CEO Brian Thompson. The Ivy League graduate was apprehended in Altoona, Pennsylvania, after being spotted at a McDonald's. Police found multiple fake IDs and a 3D printed gun with a silencer during his arrest. Consistent with the weapon used in the crime, authorities also recovered a manifesto expressing animosity towards corporate America. The murder weapon and other evidence link Mangione to the killing at a New York hotel last week. The case has drawn significant attention, highlighting the dangers posed by emerging weapon technologies and societal discontent. In local news, New York Attorney General Letitia James has confirmed she will not drop the civil fraud case against President elect Donald Trump. The case involves a $454 million judgment against Trump and his businesses, which he's currently appealing. James emphasized that presidents are not immune from civil litigation unrelated to their official duties, dismissing Trump's calls to withdraw the lawsuit for national unity. The AG's office noted that pending legal matters will not impact Trump's ability to serve as president, but stressed accountability for the 14 other defendants implicated in the case. The Biden administration is accelerating efforts to secure a ceasefire and hostage deal between Israel and Hamas before President elect Trump's inauguration. Renewed negotiations follow a recent truce with Hezbollah and focus on stabilizing Gaza amidst ongoing conflict. President Biden also pledged support to Syria's neighbors during the transition from Assad's regime and vowed to protect U.S. forces combating ISIS. High-level talks with regional leaders are planned, reflecting U.S. urgency to address escalating Middle Eastern tensions before the power transition in January. A fast-moving brush fire in Malibu Canyon has forced mandatory evacuations in Southern California, threatening homes and causing campus disruptions at Pepperdine University. The fire, initially 10 acres, expanded to 814 acres within hours, fueled by dry conditions and strong Santa Ana winds. While not immediately endangering structures, smaller spot fires persist on the university's grounds. Authorities are actively battling the blaze with air and ground resources while residents remain on high alert. Power outages and suspended operations underline the growing impact of California's wildfire crisis. President elect Trump has nominated Harmeet K as Assistant Attorney General for Civil Rights. The Sikh attorney, known for defending free speech and challenging corporate discrimination, brings extensive legal expertise to the role. Dhillon's nomination underscores Trump's commitment to reshaping the DOJ's civil rights agenda. A staunch advocate for election integrity, Dhillon vowed to enforce laws impartially and uphold constitutional liberties. Her appointment makes a historic milestone for Indian Americans, highlighting diversity in Trump's incoming administration. Indian news. In Andhra Pradesh, tensions are rising after actor-turned-politician Pawan Kalyan received anonymous death threats, sparking widespread condemnation and calls for action. Kalyan, the leader of the Jana Sena party, has been a vocal critique of the state government, particularly on issues related to governance and corruption. Security around Kalyan has been significantly tightened, with the police launching an investigation to identify those responsible for the threats. Political analysts suggest that the threats could be an attempt to intimidate opposition voices ahead of the upcoming state elections. Supporters of Kalyan have staged protests demanding justice and immediate action from the authorities. The incident has also drawn reactions from national leaders, with many urging for better protection of public figures. India's opposition parties are uniting to submit an impeachment motion against Vice President Jagdeep Dhankhar, citing allegations of constitutional overreach. The motion, which requires support from two-thirds of the Rajya Sabha to pass, marks a significant escalation in the rift between the opposition and the BJP-led government. Opposition leaders have accused Dhankhar of bias in his recent parliamentary rulings, claiming his actions have undermined the democratic norms. The Vice President, who also serves as the Rajya Sabha chairman, has dismissed the allegations, stating his conduct adheres strictly to constitutional principles. Political experts believe the impeachment attempt is symbolic, aimed at highlighting the opposition's grievances ahead of national elections. The BJP has criticized the move as a political stunt, asserting that it lacks merit. India is on the brink of finalizing a defense agreement with Russia worth billions of dollars, signaling a major boost to its military capabilities amid heightened regional tensions. The deal includes the procurement of advanced radar systems designed to enhance India's surveillance and defensive capacities along its borders. Analysts highlight the timing of the agreement given escalating tensions with China and ongoing skirmishes at the Line of Actual Control LAC. The Voronezh radar system, a centerpiece of the deal, will bolster India's ability to monitor and respond to aerial threats over vast distances. While the deal strengthens the India-Russia strategic partnership, it also raises concerns in Western capitals, particularly in the US, which has advocated for reduced dependency on Russian arms. Defense Minister Rajnath Singh is expected to formally announce the deal during his upcoming visit to Moscow, marking a significant milestone in India's efforts to modernize its armed forces. Air India has announced an expansion of its already record-breaking aircraft order by adding another 100 Airbus jets, taking the total to 570 aircraft. The deal underscores Air India's ambitions to become a leading global carrier and revitalize its operations under the Tata Group's leadership. The additional aircraft will include both narrow body and wide body jets, catering to domestic and international markets. CEO Campbell Wilson highlighted the move as part of Air India's long-term strategy to modernize its fleet, improve fuel efficiency, and enhance passenger comfort. The expanded order comes as Air India faces growing competition in the aviation sector, with domestic and international carriers vying for market share in the post-pandemic travel boom. In international news, Poland's Prime Minister Donald Tusk has revealed plans to push for peace negotiations in the Ukraine-Russia conflict during Poland's upcoming presidency of the European Union. Taking over the EU presidency on January 1st, Poland aims to leverage its position to foster diplomatic efforts for resolving the war, which has devastated Ukraine since 2022. Tusk indicated that winter could mark the beginning of preliminary talks, though details remain unclear about the involved parties and framework. Poland, a staunch supporter of Ukraine, has consistently advocated for stronger EU sanctions against Russia and increased military aid to Kyiv. As the EU presidency coincides with President-elect Donald Trump's inauguration in the US, analysts suggest a potential shift in international dynamics could influence the talks. Tusk has planned meetings with key leaders, including Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and French President Emmanuel Macron, to align strategies. The effort highlights Poland's commitment to peace, though achieving consensus among diverse stakeholders remains a formidable challenge. That's all for tonight's bulletin. Thank you for turning into Bharat News and Bharat TV. I am Anjali Swami. Stay safe and see you next time.